car in a beautiful Folsom, California afternoon. A lot of grins with this one. Always up here talking to the Folsom boys. This is a 1937 Willys B-Gas style. It's a two-door sedan. It's just a fun ride. Definitely a car you can drive. I've done several cars for this client. This is just a neat car. He has a lot of fun building his cars. He's very creative. He says they're functional, they're fun. There's nothing fancy about them. They're just fun. He's driven this car probably 800 miles. It's neat. We're going to do a full walk around for you and give you a feel. He bought it at a Reno swap meet, 10 plus years ago or more, and has just worked on it over the years. And like I said, Jim's had some neat cars. I've done an Anglia for him before and so on and so forth. He's always just got a fun style about it. It is all steel. It's got a 355 Chevy in it. It says 327 CI on the side of the hood, more for nostalgia reasons. Straight axle in the front, four-wheel disc brakes, Muncie 4-speed with scatter shield. It's not overdone. It's made to look cool and sound cool. It's got fender well headers with side pipes. It's just a fun ride. Kind of car you can go in and people are just going to notice and they're just going to give thumbs up everywhere you go. It's not intended to be perfect. He doesn't like to build trailer queens. He likes to build them so they're fun. Like I said already once before, or more than once before, we took it for a drive, rolled around town, oh gosh, for 10-15 minutes or so. Everybody's giving us thumbs up. It never seemed like it was going to overheat at all. It was only running 170 or so. We're going to give you a video clip of that further on down here. It's got the gasser style lifted front end with a straight axle in it from a 56 F100. We'll cover more of that in the undercarriage video and so on and so forth. The paint is intentional. It's got areas where there might be a little bit of fade in the paint, so on and so forth. He wanted it to look old. The painting on the doors and the B-gas in the back is intentionally meant to look old. It is paint. He's part of the Folsom gang, or the Folsom boys. We're going to get you in here. This is a fair weather car. It definitely has wipers. Hold on that, Jim. I'm going to be coming around there with the video here. Nice little seats with a headrest, just kind of black. Black upholstery, simple, black carpet. Has a little panel here that you lift up. You pull out and lift up, and it's the access for the small battery on it and a battery turn off on it. Put that back up there. Full gauges on it. Does not have a speedometer. Doesn't think you need it. It's got a tachometer. Has an e-brake down there in the center. There's the fun 4-speed shifter with an 8-ball on her. Has a headliner in it. He would not hesitate to hop in this car and take it for a road trip. He said he builds them to drive them and have fun. Has nice little pinstriping. Are those original taillights or? Yes. They are, good. 37 Willys taillights. Bumper in the rear here. Does have a trunk in it. We'll cover that for you in the video. He's recessed the license plate here. Kind of a neat and some old school pinstriping. Like I said, he's got intentional blend and fade areas. He wanted it to look a little bit old. Yes. Nothing fancy, just functional and fun. That's what he'd say. I like the light colored fender welting that you put on it. Step back and let you take a look here from the side, which is one of the funnest views on my crooked camera. We'll hop in the driver's side here. He shaved the door handles on it. We'll feel door jamb to door jamb here. There's the side pipes there. You heard it drive up. I just grins. I couldn't stop from grinning when we were taking it for a ride. I wish you could have seen my face. Anyway, I do a lot of neat cars over the years. Cars like this are especially fun because they have character. You gotta love character. Up in here. We kind of go over the gauges during the drive, and I'll share that with you. It does have functional, the wipers that work, lights that work. He wanted a roadworthy car that the turn signals work, so on and so forth. It does have an audio system. He never hardly ever turns it on because you really can't hear yourself. I'll hop out here. Anyway, we definitely want you to hang on to the end of the video. Go to Spud's Garage when you're .com when you're done. You're on Spud's Garage YouTube. And hey, have a great day. I've had a lot of fun here in Folsom. About time for you to get in. I'm still grinning after going for a ride in this car. This is just too much fun. We're gonna walk around, tell you what we're doing here. That's a Bryce Thomas. It's a custom radiator that he had made to fit the space here. The car runs cool as a cucumber. It's got twin spall. Oh, I don't know what CFM fans they are, but they definitely work. Right, keeps this car just running as cool as a cucumber. Has a old school style dressed 355 cubic inch Chevy small block. Got fender well headers here that come out to side pipes on the side of the car. That behind the gold plate there is a coolant reservoir, correct?
Yep.
Okay. That's one of those new Summit 4-barrel carburetors on it. Finned aluminum metal block gear on it. It has disc brakes all the way around so that it has this master cylinder here. It's got a dual reservoir master, so it's safe. Willwood has got an a hydraulic clutch on it with a scatter shield and a Muncie 4-speed hiding down there. This is actually run to an additional radiator, and he doesn't use it. It's just as a backup where it's got a little air scoop, and there's an additional fan where it just increased the capacity of the cooling system. All right, we've been driving it all over town here. What a blast. We share the interior of the car here while we're cruising down the road. You couldn't make this car get hot if you wanted. It's running just under 180, so 165, 170. Oil pressure's almost 75 pounds. That's a tachometer in the center of the dash there. Who cares about how fast you're going? As long as you know where the motor's doing and the volts are 14 volts and the fuel gauge works. Functional and fun. Anyway, hang on to the end of the video here. We'll cover more. Go to spudsgarage.com. Pull it up so I can get a little more level to do the walk around video. Got a neat sound to it. What a fun car. Take a little video here of the trunk. Just the way he likes it, nothing fancy. It is carpeted. Nicely done. The fuel fills right here underneath the #1 head cover. You gotta dig it. Hey, hang on to take a look at the underside of this. Jim has a lot of fun building these cars. He's quite the fabricator. Front suspension's got parallel leaf springs. That's a 56 Ford F100 axle. It's been shortened and narrowed. Has disc brakes in the front and the rear. Has a Vega cross steering box. Looks like it's got an extended sump oil pan, probably a 7-quart on it. He builds them to drive them and have fun with them. And that's what you're looking at. It's probably got about 800 miles on it. We probably said that in other parts of the video. There is a scatter shield on the Muncie 4-speed there. Those are side fender well headers with side pipes that he custom handmade. There's the additional cooling that we talked about underneath the hood. You see the scoop. It's got a Lincoln 9-inch Versailles rear axle, which also has disc brakes on it. Too much fun. Tires on the back are a 275/60 R15s. We just took it out and burned up the neighborhood around town here in Folsom. It was a lot of fun. Probably already saw that part of the video where we talked a little bit. That's a fairly large fuel tank. He meant to drive it. How many gallons you thinking, old Jim?
I think it's around 18 or 20.
18, 20 gallons. That'll get you somewhere. Customer suspension right there. There's that air scoop on the cooler. That's an original chassis that's been boxed and reinforced to accept all the things he's added to it. Just a neat little car that you can drive, and grins for the miles, a lot of them. Anyway, we really appreciate you coming and taking a peek. I always enjoy doing his cars because they're a lot of fun. Go to spudsgarage.com where you'll find plenty more. You're on the Spuds Garage YouTube. Have a great day.